Jerry, sadly it's a similar story to last week. A last second sucker punch. It's sore again, isn't it?
Well, it's sickening, Mark. It is sickening because I don't think we deserve that at all out of the game, and I don't want to sound like a broken record, but in key moments you've got to defend better. And the first half, there's nothing in it really. It's quite a bitty first half. We score from a set piece. Jack Bang gets a touch from a shot, so that's great. We're going at 1-0. And we think then that we're going go and repeat what we've done. It was a game where we thought we defended really well, never really carved us open. I can't remember them having a shot in anger at all. And then the game goes away from us. The turning points are obviously we get 2 opportunities to win the game at 1-0. Cody has a header which the keeper saves, and then Rex goes through in a 1v1 where he should score. He has to put that away really. Does well in the game. All of them done well. They all show great commitment. So we don't take those 2 opportunities, and then like last week is whether you're 1-0 up or 0-0, there's always going to be an opportunity for the opposition. But we felt as if they weren't ever going to really create anything. It's a free kick to them that obviously goes in, and we win the first header, but we don't clear it very well. It sort of goes across, and disappointment is that the centre-back has a touch in our box, 6-yard box, and finishes. I think it took a deflection that went in. It was going wide and took a deflection, goes in. And then the spell after that, we looked really open. We suddenly lost a bit of composure in the game. They got down the side of us twice. Once where it's hit the crossbar from like a cross, and then the winning goal was just devastating again because we looked a little bit open. They cut us open down the side. We lost a few tackles on the right hand side. Should have dealt with it better. Comes across to their sort of our left wing back area, our left sided centre back area. Gets down the side way too easy. Cut one back, and it's a near post run that they tap in from 4 yards, and that's it. The game done. So it's really got away from us. Don't think we deserve to lose the game, but again, key moments in the game, we've got to be a lot better to kill the game off, win the game 2-0, pack up and go off, but we weren't good enough to do it because we didn't take the chances.
Felt like the old adage that goals change games, because until they equalised, so they maybe had enough possession, they weren't threatening really from open play, and predictably I suppose the only way they were going to score was from a set piece, because defending up to then seemed okay, but then as you said, too many chances, I suppose, in the final 20 minutes. A
little bit of pressure on us, set pieces, balls going out for corners when they could have gone out for throw-ins. Really good delivery coming under the crossbar, so difficult to deal with, and we thought we dealt with that well. But yeah, I guess they got a little bit of momentum in the game. Certainly when the goal went in, that changed it a little bit. And we got to be good enough then to say, right, let's just take a point away from home at Braintree is good. But we weren't. The boys gave me everything again, their effort and their application. We didn't look like we were going to get carved open. The tactics were right in the game. If we go and put a high pressure on them and be open on a big pitch, it wasn't going to happen, wasn't going to work. But in the end, we got undone, and it's so disappointing, honestly, because I felt as if we could come here today and get a win. Obviously, it would have put us ahead of them. It's putting them now 5 points ahead of us. And we've got to go careful that the season doesn't turn into a mediocre season, because it easily can. What we don't want now is this stigma of conceding late goals because it's 2 games in a row, and easily that can become a bad habit. The players have got to be strong enough and brave enough now to be able to cope with that. Whether we're 1-0 up, 0-0 in the game, 1-0 down, we've got to finish a game. Not fitness, easy thing, and people say as well, they crumble the last 5 minutes. Well, it was 94 minutes, was it? Something like that. Where the goal goes in again, it's very similar to last week. It's just individuals having to defend better in those key moments, and we haven't been good enough to do it on 2 occasions. But they need to start doing it, of course. So we have to get back on as quick as we can. Got to try and get a win to get us and consolidate us in the top 10. Otherwise, we'll end up as a mid-table team. And we want to be better than that.
Cody Cook lasted over an hour. Was that always the plan going into it? It would have been a big ask for him to do the whole 90 out on a tough, firm pitch.
Yeah, he was out on his feet really at half-time, so we had to go careful. So the plan was only another 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Again, when he goes off, we lose that physical presence, don't we? I think he's winning a lot of flick-ons, got hold of the ball really well. But the ball started to come back a little bit too early again from us. We had some good spells still second half, some good passages of possession, and looked threatening. But it's devastating, honestly. I'm gutted. I'm gutted for the travelling fans. But a good few over. I know we didn't bring coach, but it's a good few that travelled across. So thanks to them coming. Gutted for them. They were vocal throughout. Boys can't give them any more than they're giving them. But yeah, we got to find a way to win the game, the next one, because we can't lose 3 in a row. I know one was a cup match, but I don't want to lose 3 in a row. And we've got to find a way to see a game out, get some points back on the board and get on a run again.
You've changed your squad around from a couple of players this afternoon. You're going to have to do next week's Dan Greenside, I believe, has now got a 2-match ban, which is going to be a massive blow. Yeah,
that's huge. That's another challenge that we're going to have to try and find a way around. Yeah, I can't even think about that at the moment, but yeah, it's an annoying one because he has been done, and really difficult for him not to react. Done right down his shin, and he's obviously got up and tried to sort of stick up for himself a little bit and stand strong, but he's been booked. So that's 2 games he gets now because that's 10 bookings. So that'll be a massive miss. He's been one of our consistent players, as you know, or most consistent player. It looks like Sonny Cox is going back as well. I think he's going to go back in their first team. Good that he's done well and played well. I thought he was excellent today. And disappointing that for us that we're going to lose him, but that's the danger with loan players, that if they come here and do well, then there's a chance that he may go back in their squad, I think. So we'll have to look at that.
Can he be replaced?
I don't know at this present moment in time. He's a good player, so it's difficult to replace a player of that quality. I thought he was outstanding today. But yeah, we got to have to have a look at that next week. We've got a free week, and then it suddenly becomes very, very busy schedule again, as you know. So I have to get back to work tomorrow, have a little look at it, speak to Exeter, and then assess it on Monday.
And Farnborough next week, final one. It's going to be a tough one. They're unbeaten since September, I think, in the league, and a tricky assignment because even when we beat them back in August, you said these lot will be all right, and they've proved it.
No, they're a good side. They've got some very good players there, dangerous, some good pace, good technical ability in the team as well, and strength, and he's added to it since we played them, obviously. So they're on as you say, they're on a fantastic run. We'll have to be at our very, very best to win, but we're at home. Whilst we're all disappointed in this long journey home, we've got to pick ourselves up pretty quick, and I'll do that. I'll make sure the group's ready. Next week we'll do 2 nights of training and then come up with a game plan and try and get something out of the game next week.
Thanks for talking to me, and best of luck next week.